Hey there, how's it going? Welcome to Looplearnings. This is the next video in the series. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to create a table using the T-Sql and how to create relationship in Microsoft SQL Server. So if you're interested, you must watch until the end to get a better learning experience. If you're new to this channel or if you are returning back, thank you for watching this video and watching the other videos perhaps. Please make sure that you subscribe, hit the bell icon so you get notification whenever I upload a new video. Let's get started with this one. Before I do that, I wanted to say something, right? In the last video, I have noticed that you guys have not many of you have watched the video. And I can completely understand that you're waiting for the inventory management system to start, okay? I understand that. And trust me, I'm working on it. It requires a lot of effort, okay? So I'm doing that. But meantime, I thought I will keep you engaged and we will learn together Microsoft SQL Server, which is going to be an integral part of the next series. So I want you to watch these videos. I want you to learn this. And so it becomes easier for you to follow my videos in the inventory management system, because this is where we are going to use SQL purely as a backend database. So you do watch these videos, okay? That's what I wanted to recommend and say. Right, let's move on. Now, T-Sql is a short form of Transact SQL, okay? Now, what does that mean? That means you can create tables, you can fetch the data, you can delete the data, you can delete the table, you can delete the database with the T-Sql. So it's very powerful. It's writing like a SQL code. So it's very easy, and that's what I'm going to do. So we are going to create a new table. So to create a new table, we'll go to the new query. In last video, I have explained and demonstrated how to create a table using the graphical interface. This time is T-Sql. Okay, so to create table, because there are lots of databases you can see here, and to avoid any problem, I need to first define in which database I intend to create the table. So that's why we'll say use, okay, the word use. So use one of these databases. So we want to use employee database. Okay, so if I'll expand this, you can see there's only one table right now, employees. So we are going to create a table called employee types. So we can create a link between employees and employee types using the relationship. That's what we are doing. So use, now it will ask, okay, which database you want to use. So I'll just type in and intelligent enough to give me the information of the existing databases. So I'll say use employee database and I'll say go. Now it is ready for me to give instructions that what I should do in this database. So I'll say create table. Okay, now it is asking which table you want me to create. We will give that information. So I'll say create table called employee types. Okay, that's the table. Parenthesis open, parenthesis close. And we must add the terminator, which is the semicolon. All right, so I'll put a little gap here. Now we'll create two columns. One column will be the type ID and the other column will be type. Simple as that. So to create that, what we need to do is we need to define that. We'll say employee types, okay, type ID. And the data type most of the time for the primary key, for the first column of any table is generally the primary key. And the primary key mostly 95% of the time should be in integer. So I'll say int. And we want to consider this as an identity column, okay? So identity. And by the way, the SQL is completely case insensitive, which means it doesn't matter. You write in upper, lowercase, camel case, whatever the type of writing you adopt. As long as you are writing correct sentences, it will allow you to perform your tasks. Okay. Now, comma, because it is the identity, so we'll define the seed, and we will define the increment. So increment is 1, seed is 1. Now, you must be thinking, what is increment and what is seed? I have explained that in the previous video, but I'll give a little bit touch again. So seed is basically when you add a record, the first record, it will start with 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it will move on. And what is responsible to create a sequence or serial number automatically? That is the increment. So that's why 1, 1. And we don't want this field to be a null field, okay? Because this is going to be primary, so we want to make sure that some data is provided. So I'll say not, okay, not null. Oh, and we'll provide comma at the end. The second field we are going to make is employee type. Okay, and this will be text. So we'll say varchar, and we will define 50 as a length allowed for this text. We don't need to give a comma because that's the end of what we want to create. So I'll simply just remove this excess space, and to create, it's not yet created by the way, we have to execute this T-Sql. So we'll select all of that and we will click on execute. And what it says, command completed successfully. Now, I can't see my table here. Now, if you recall in the last video, it happened the same. So what we are going to do, we are going to refresh it. So let's refresh our database so we can get the fresh table, which is employee types created in the list. Here we go. Now let's go to the design view of the, right click here. Oops, what's happening? Okay, what is happening? All right, so we'll go to design. And one thing I missed, that's why I came here. The reason is I forgot to make this as a not null. And I also forgot to make this employee type ID as a primary key. Well, this happens. Don't worry. That's why we can fix this. So I clicked on employee type ID and I can make this as set as primary key. And now I can save this change and the change should be saved. Now we have created the database. We have created another table. Now we need to link this table with, so we'll save this SQL statement. So we need to link this table with employee type ID. So employee type ID in the employee types is considered as primary key. But the employee type ID in the employees table is considered as foreign key. So that's very, very important to understand the difference between both. Now, if we will go ahead and we will create a relationship, that's the point. How to create a relationship? Well, on top of the screen where we have this button of primary key, we have another button called relationship. If I click here, right now there is no relationship created. So it's not really a relational database as we speak. So we have to make this database as a relational database. So we'll create a relationship. We'll click on add. It will sort of detect something and it will create something, but we can change it. So we'll expand this. We'll click on ... And here we will define the primary table and foreign table, and primary key and foreign key. So remember, we are linking the employee types. So that's the master table. This is where the master key resides. So we'll say employee types, and we want to link the employee type ID in the employee types table to the employee type ID in the employee table. Okay, I hope you have understood. It's kind of, complicated for some people maybe. When I started learning about this, for me, it was certainly a bit confusing. Okay, but now it's a bit clear. All right, so we'll click OK, and the relationship has been created. So we'll click close, and now if we will go and edit the record, so we'll go here. And by the way, we have not added any record. So employee type table saved successfully. Okay, thank you. We'll close this as well. All right. So make sure you keep the changes affected. Okay, unable to create foreign key constraint. Okay, there is a problem here. Error was encountered during the save process. Some database objects were not saved. So some of them were not saved. Okay. Employee table was successfully saved. Unable to create a relationship. The alter table statement conflicted the foreign key constraint. I'll tell you why. So click OK. So if I will go here, if I'll go here, you can see that there are employee types I've already tested. So employee type 1, employee type 2. That's the problem. This is the reason, because in the employee types, currently there is no record because it's a fresh table. So let's add some record and then let's save it. Okay. So employee type 1 would be, let's say, manager, and employee type 2 would be like sales person. Okay. Something like that. Now, if we will save, it should actually save. Now there should not be any problem. What I want to see, however, is has the relationship created or not, because we were getting some error. So we'll go to relationship. There is a relationship, so we'll expand that, and we can see that, yeah, there is a relationship, so relationship stays. That error was coming because in the employees table, I have added employee table 1 and 2, whereas the employee type table, which is the prime table, was empty. So that's why those error messages were coming. But now this is all resolved. And this is what I wanted to demonstrate in this video. It's okay, I'll keep this, whatever error was coming, I'll keep it here. So in case if you get the similar error, you would know what needs to be done. So there was no problem whatsoever. In fact, that error message, what was coming was the statement that, our database is working correctly, relationships are created correctly. Anyway, this is what I wanted to demonstrate. In the next video, we will talk about using the T-Sql furthermore. We'll fetch the data, we'll insert the data using the T-Sql. That is going to be very interesting to watch and to do as well. So I hope that you are coming along on this journey with me, and I hope that you will subscribe. I hope that you will join my channel as a membership as well. Please make sure you do that to support me and support this channel so I can keep on doing. And that is it. I will see you in the next one.